In this video, I'm going to be talking about 15 updates that ERLC will most likely never add to the game. If you do enjoy, drop a like and subscribe. Let's get straight into it. Okay, so up in number 1, we have boats. This is in no particular order, by the way. Boats are very, very unlikely to be added to ERLC simply because the idea of the game is police roleplay. So they're not going to bother adding boats. Plus, where are they going to add boats? There's no room. There's a river and a little bit of a lake further down here, and that is it. At most, maybe a jet ski, but that is even way too much of a push. Boats will most likely never get added. As cool as they would be to have police boats, it's probably not going to happen unless there's a huge map expansion. And number 2, we have planes. Planes, again, are also very, very unlikely to get added to ERLC. I mean, the same reason as boats, the map is just too small. I have just driven pretty much from civilian spawn when I started this video all the way to Springfield, and I didn't even take a quick route. I went the long way round, and I still made it across the map in under a minute. So there's no point in adding planes, because by the time it's taken off, you'll be the other side, and they'll need to build 2 runways at least so that it can take off and land somewhere else, which honestly it does just make them useless. Plus, again, it's not the point of the game. Emergency Response Liberty County is about police roleplay. Planes are not to do with police. And then third one, we have something that's sort of similar to planes, but flying helicopters. So we already have helicopters in the game, but I mean helicopters that you can actually fly. And again, this will not be added because there's no point. Players will crash them all over the place. It's not worth the time and effort that it takes the developers to actually make the flyable helicopters. And plus, we already have drones, so if you really wanted to use a helicopter that bad to get like an overhead view, you can use a drone. That's what the drones are there for. So flying helicopters are not needed and won't get added. And up next, we have a second part to the map. So how we have kind of River City and Springfield, maybe a third place is probably not likely to get added. That would make the map far too big, and it would mean that stuff is too far away and too spread apart. There's already a bit of a separation between Springfield and the city. Most people tend to stick around in the city, so if they add a third little area, it will just become unusable and there will be no point in having it. And the next one is donating money. So donating money is something that ERLC won't add because they want you to play the game to get money for yourself. I always see loads of comments about people asking if we will ever be able to donate money, and the answer is no. I made a video on how you can sort of donate money in ERLC. If you want to check that out, just search up donate money ERLC AmazePlays and it will most likely come up, but it's not amazing. It's like $10,000 at most, and you can do it like every 10 minutes, but that's about the only way. In terms of actually donating money, it will probably never be a feature where you can walk up to someone and just give them money, because like I said, they want you to play the game and make the money for yourself. And then up next, we have pets. So police dogs and things like this are things that I think will most likely never come to ERLC. Loads and loads of people want police dogs, but it is not gonna happen, right? Police dogs will be too much work, and again, I say not gonna happen, but like, it could. It's just very, very unlikely to happen. Obviously, I'm not a developer. I don't know what they have planned, but like I said, very unlikely it will happen. Police dogs would be very, very cool, but I don't think they'd get used very much. They wouldn't work very well. They'd be very glitchy, especially with Roblox. I can almost guarantee you that. And it will take them way too much work for what the actual point is. Like, how many of you will use a police dog every single day? Maybe a few people, but not many. So yeah, I don't think they'll be coming, but maybe. And then we have trains. Again, this was a big thing that we kind of spoke about around the summer update time. A lot of people thought trains were being added. If we have a look at the map, trains are probably the only other somewhat reasonable form of transport in ERLC. Maybe a train that just goes around the map. I think that would be pretty cool, I guess. But even so, I mean, you can drive around the map just as fast, right? So who knows, maybe trains for a robbery, but again, I don't really think trains will be added to the game because they're a little bit much for what they are, and again, the work they'll require for what they'll be. I mean, a lot of people forget about them quite a bit, so yeah, I'm not sure if trains will be added, but let me know in the comments what you think about that. And the next one is something that I am really, really upset about, but I mean, it's kind of the future of games and it's not going to happen. This is AI cars. What I mean by this is there's some games on Roblox where they have like cars just driving around on the roads. ERLC will never add this, and I'm pretty certain of that because it just won't work in this game specifically. I mean, it would be cool. Imagine responding on the highway and there's actual AI cars that pull over so you can like go through the middle and like get to a call or something. That would be very, very cool. But again, it won't be happening because it's just not not going to work properly, especially at the moment. Roblox is not developed enough to that point for them to actually work. So yeah, AI cars and AI people walking around, I guess, as well, probably not going to be a thing. The most we're going to get is the little cars parked up in the parking lot from time to time, and maybe the people like that are down for an EMS call. And the next one is Xbox compatibility. They've spoke about this a little bit before, but not enough people play on Xbox for ERLC to be worth going on Xbox. And plus, to play ERLC, you need to be able to chat in game quite a bit, and on Xbox you cannot use text chat. So yeah, Xbox is kind of useless. It won't be added on Xbox. And then we have park rangers. So a lot of people wanted park rangers. Now park rangers were going to be added to ERLC a good few years ago, but they ended up cancelling the idea and scrapping the project of having park rangers added to the game, which, I mean, if they scrapped it then, it's unlikely they're going to add them. Now what's the need? We have sheriff for this area over here, and then we have the city police for kind of the main city area. So yeah, there is absolutely no need for park rangers, but they would be cool, I must say. And then we have car interiors. So the most of car interiors we'll ever get is if we get convertible cars where the roof can come off. Maybe you'll be able to see like a bit of a steering wheel or something, but I don't even think we'll get that. But in terms of actually being able to go in first person and see in a car interior, that will not happen. ERLC use very weird meshes for their vehicles, which basically mean they can't add detailed interiors unless they remake the car itself. And if they added interior to one car, they would kind of have to add it to all of the cars as well, otherwise people would just think it's a bit weird. So yeah, they're likely never going to add car interiors to the game. And again, going back to the point of emergency response Liberty County, there's no point in having car interiors in a police / criminal cops and robbers style game. There's no need. And then we have custom home interiors. So what I mean by this is I did a video about kind of ERLC suggestions, and there's a suggestion that is really cool that has like an idea where you would be able to like change the color of the walls and add furniture and things like that. And again, I think this would be very awesome for roleplay, but I don't think it's something they're gonna add once again because there's no need. I mean, maybe for private servers it could be a cool feature, they added that, but again, I think it's not gonna happen. They have other ideas, I'm sure, that are much bigger and better than that. And then the next one is a vehicle damage. Now I know we have vehicle damage already in game, but what I mean by this is a physical damage. If I crash into this street light here, as you can see, it knocks the street light down, but my car is perfectly fine. I don't know if you guys know what BeamNG is, but if you crash into something on that game, I'll put some like a video on top. If you crash into something on BeamNG, it like actually adds like a bunch of damage to your vehicle and also to like the object you crash into as well. So will that happen in ERLC? Probably not. I mean, it would be really cool to have proper vehicle damage, but that's also kind of a Roblox thing. I know Car Crushers has it, but the way they design their cars is much different to ERLC. ERLC, as I said earlier, use meshes, and you can't really change the shape of a mesh if you crash into an object, which is how the developers would have to do it. So yeah, realistic car damage won't happen, but I mean, I guess we already do have some form of car damage in the game, so that's pretty cool. We can't complain. And then one of the last ones we have here is beaches. Now beaches, again, the map is just too small, and this kind of refers back to boats. If there was to be beaches in the game, then they would kind of be boats, but if they wanted to add boats, there need to be like a beach of some kind where you can kind of go out into the ocean rather than just going in circles in a river, if you know what I mean. So yeah, never gonna happen. And then the final one is one that I am really upset about, and that is motorbikes. Now motorbikes are really cool. I know a lot of games have them, but ERLC is probably not going to get added to the game. Now like I said, none of this is like confirmed stuff they won't add. It's just things that they're not likely to add from my experience of knowing the developers and playing ERLC for like what, 4 years now. So I mean, motorbikes would be very cool. Like I said, Southwest Florida and a few of the games have them, and imagine how cool it would be to have like police motorbikes and civilian motorbikes. It would be very cool. Well, that's just my opinion at least. So yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you want to be added to game the most, and do you actually think it will get added at some point? Let me know in the comments. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe if you enjoyed, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye.